you from the unpredictable multiplayer universe. This Spartan Life with your host, Damian Lasse-Damian.
Welcome back to this Spartan Life on Halo Waypoint, our 5th episode, and we have another really great guest. Comics legend Todd McFarlane rose through the roster of artists at Marvel Comics in the 1980s, and soon was given his own series to write, pencil, and ink. The first issue of McFarlane's Spider-Man became the best-selling comic of all time at more than 2.5 million copies. In the early 90s, frustrated with the workings of the big comics publishers, Todd started Image Comics with a handful of other artists in order to have more control over his creations. Now he was ready to unleash his most original work. The massively popular Spawn series became the best-selling independent comic book to date and was a huge hit all around the world. In true entrepreneurial style, Todd then created McFarlane Toys in 1994 to manufacture figures from his hit titles. Since then, the company has created toys from movies, comics, professional sports, and video games, including Halo. His Halo Reach figures will hit the stores with the release of the game on September 13th, and we're itching to talk to him about that. So let's get to it. Hey guys, I see Clone Trooper downskated. Is Todd here somewhere?
What are you talking about? You don't recognize me? I'm the guy with the gun in your face.
Well, you'll fit right in here then. In fact, we're joined by a fine bunch of young men from the TSL forum. They're going to show us how to ride this really amazing track. Todd, you were really amongst the first in a generation of comics artists that wanted to control their own characters and publish their own stories. So what opportunities did that give you in your work, and why the switch?
Well, I mean, basically, when you're working for the two big guys, which was Marvel Comics and DC Comics, they're not going to let you do any sort of real cool M-rated stuff like the game here. We have this little thing called the Comics Code, and not that I wanted to do stories that intentionally got rid of the Comics Code, but I needed to be able to have that freedom. So if I was going to do a story about, let's say, a mafia group, and there was going to be a lot of killing in it, and they were going to have to curse a little bit, I needed to be able to do that. And so we just needed to go off and do our own stories the way we wanted, all the way from PG-13 to R-rated dramas.
Okay, so I gave them the signal to start, so let's see how many of these guys can do this. So you started McFarlane Toys in 1994. Can you tell us a little bit about the Halo figures you've done and what's coming up?
You know, obviously the Reach game's coming out was going to be a fantastic launch for Microsoft and a lot of enthusiasm going across it. And we just recently put out our 8th series of Halo figures starting from the launch of Halo 3. So now all of a sudden we get the new Reach and you go, wow, you know, 10, 20 new characters, a bunch of new helmets that they showed us, which I can't talk about because some of them they haven't even begun to show yet.
The gamers here with us would all love to have your job, I'm sure. How does the design process work, and does the actual game itself play a part in it?
Well, most of the figures that we have out in the marketplace, they've got 20, 30 moving parts, so you can put them in all crazy kinds of poses. Though I don't think that the mindset is really that much than any of your fans. If they were put in the same position, they go, how do we just make these guys seem sort of cool, badass, depending on their character, and very noble, hence the name, and heroic. And so we were doing the Noble 6, all 6 of them, even though there's obviously a big range of size between somebody like George and Kat, that they all felt like they could do some damage and hold their own.
These guys are having a little trouble. Should we go show them what's up?
Yeah, let's go. Wow, cool back. Look, he's got the swords.
All right, so you've got downskated. He knows the track.
Yeah, we're gone. Yep. Oh, and we downskated killed us.
Maybe you want to take the wheel then.
No, I like being on his back. Giddy up, cowboy.
These guys get so good at this game at such a young age that they just keep designing more and more difficult Ow! Spartan faceplant.
Well, one of the huge upsides, I'm hoping, is that because of that, the developers aren't going to be able to rest on their laurels. If you want me to be a customer for 20 years, you're going to have to just keep upping the ante, if you will, a little bit each time. So I think that that's a good thing. So we think this is about as advanced as we can get, but, you know, in 10 years, you know, we might be looking at it, you know, playing holograms in our front yard. Get up. There we go. And going, what do you mean you guys sat in your room playing these things with a joystick?
Kinect is already kind of a step in that direction, but I think it's really cool how what the gaming community comes up with can push receptive developers like Bungie to evolve the gameplay.
Yeah, it's nice to see what the true level, which is the fans that are creating all this other fun stuff. I mean, you know, you got a big, giant, loyal bunch when they actually start making stuff on their own in their spare time. That's when you know that they're dedicated to the process. So you got to admire it.
Okay, so I promised I'd ask this. Would Master Chief ever have a chance in a death match with Spawn?
Nope. And I'm completely biased with that answer. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth. If Spawn ends up controlling the world, that's way, way, way better for me in my private life. You never notice? Whenever somebody gets killed, it says they respawn. I've seen it happen in one character where you kill him, he actually just says spawn in 4 seconds. And then he turns into Spawn, but they wouldn't let that pass.
Oh, he's going to try for the safe. JM! Oh, we lost him.
Damien, here, let me tell you guys how this works here. When you lose your ride, you just go into berserker mode, and you just slaughter everything in your way so you're last man standing.
That's a big jump.
Here's how it's going to go. You've got 22 seconds to get to the top of this mountain. Otherwise, we're going to snipe you.
Damn, Todd, that's harsh, dude.
You just lost 2 seconds.
Downscated, do you hide any Spartan lasers around here?
Bringing the helicopters. We've got him. Zero in on Damien. Oh, he's good. Oh, all of a sudden, he's getting good now.
You said it. This is survival.
Look at him. Dies 20 times. Now I try to kill him, and all of a sudden, he's going to become a survivor.
I am so going to edit in a rocket launcher moment in post. Oh, damn.
Oh, right through. They call that the Bungie butt crack.
Now we have to deal with these guys. Oh, there you are. So, Todd, thanks. Oh, okay. I see how it's going to be now.
We were just looking at your score, and the only guy you beat was the guy who had an emergency appendix right in the middle of the game, so he actually never played.
Oh, man.
You might have to order out a pizza, because we're going to be here a while. I'm hunting for Damien.
So, Todd, thanks so much for joining us on This Spartan Life.
Oh, Damien assassinated me. Oh, that was, you had the home field advantage. I was on the road.